Thank you, ma'am.
He has got more than 25 years of experience, and the team is doing wonderful under his able guidance and leadership. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, Rajiv. Yeah.
Sir.
Can we start, sir?
Please, ma'am, go ahead.
A very good morning to one and all present over here. On the behalf of Amity Business School, Amity University, Madhya Pradesh, I, Dr. Dipali Soni, welcome you all in today's guest session entitled Management Career 3.0 Challenges and Opportunities. Amity Business School has created a distinct presence over the years as a premier management institute. The institute has a proven track record of excellence in management education and is in relentless pursuit of upgrading its knowledge base with an emphasis on blending classroom teaching with practical application of that knowledge. For this, Amity Business School always encourages guest sessions. Guest sessions breaks monotony and update students' interest about career opportunities and career path. Knowing about a better productive on future career sparks confidence among students. I express my gratitude to our respected Deputy Pro Vice Chancellor, Amity University, Madhya Pradesh, Director, Amity Business School, and Dean Students Welfare, Professor Dr. Anil Vashisht, for his consistent guidance, motivation, and encouragement for organizing such kind of guest session. Moving forward, I request Ms. Bhumi to introduce our guest, Professor Bholanath Dutta, Founder President MTC Global.
Thank you, ma'am.
Introduce to us.
Let me introduce you all to our guest, Professor Bholanath Dutta. Before that, I would like to heartily welcome you, sir, to Amity Business School. We are honored to have you here. To begin with the profile, Professor Bholanath Dutta is an educationist, serial entrepreneur, and visiting professor in India and overseas. Sir is a former World Bank quality assurance expert in higher education, author, career counselor, business coach, chairman, global entrepreneur, grid and founder president, MTC Global, a global think tank in higher education. Sir is a champion mentor in Startup India Initiative, Government of India, and mentor of change at Atal Innovation Mission, Atal Tinkering Lab, Niti Aayog, Government of India. Sir has authored 21 books, over 100 papers, serving in the advisory board of many organizations, be schools and universities in India and overseas. Professor Datta has over 25 years of experience in defense, corporate higher education, research, consultancy, and startup activities. A change maker and a force behind over top 50 path breaking initiatives under MTC Global and thus adding values every second in education space cutting across geographic region. We are eagerly waiting to hear from you, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Bhumi. At the outset, let me extend my heartfelt thanks to the management, board of governors, and Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, who is present this morning with us. Generally, we don't see senior professors to be present in the webinar. It shows the amount of interest and the involvement sir has taken to take up various activities during this pandemic time. Thank you so much, sir, for your presence. It's a great pleasure and a source of motivation for me as well to say a few words on the topic of Management Career 3.0. And again, I thank Dr. Dipali ma'am to connect with me for this webinar. Thank you, ma'am. It's a great learning opportunity, especially for me, to learn from all of you, and especially from the students through today's interaction. Thank you so much once again. I don't have any PPT to present. No, that's always better. So I can speak my mind, especially on Management Career 3.0. Now, at the outset, let me congratulate all the students that for your interest and involvement to continue the learning process. Even though there is a lot of turbulent and lot of pressure in terms of economic pressure from the society, and you are locked up for last 2.5 years. So amidst a lot of challenges, you have come forward and taken interest to pursue her higher education in one of the top universities in the world. We know Amity University is a very prestigious university and led by Dr. Atul Chauhan sir. Once again, a very well-known educationist in the world. And Amity has its multiple campuses across the world. It shows the amount of interest and the quality education. I feel myself privileged and honored to be present in this morning with all of you. Now, a few things I thought I would like to point out, then we'll have the discussion forward. There was one article a few years back by the World Economic Forum, and it says that by 2050, most of the job opportunities will be there in the consultancy. That means majority of the people will be the consultant. It is instead of working for some organization. I think that things is in place much before because of this pandemic. We have seen a lot of job cuts. We have seen some of the sectors which are badly hit, especially the travel, tourism, the hospitality sectors, and even education to some extent. But being in the education, I think all teachers and management and the students, they're very proactive and flexible to change. They've adapted so fast, and they have all come in line to ensure that teaching, learning continue. Even evaluation and all other activities today happening on the online platform. It shows that education sector is very, very receptive and agile. I think that's something we must appreciate the fact. And even today, people are talking about the lean philosophy within the limited resources, how we can ensure that we become more productive. I think again, this concept is very, very relevant in education space, especially during this pandemic. On the online interaction, we have seen some of the challenges are there in terms of bandwidth, in terms of some of the activities like group discussion and emotional intelligence, some of the things which develop better when we meet face to face with the teacher, counselor, mentor. But there are some limitations. But you have shown keen interest to overcome all these challenges, and you are continuously focusing how you can upgrade yourselves. That's something very, very amazing, especially in the education space. And I'm amazed to see that Amity and so many other universities are doing wonderful in terms of collaboration, in terms of webinar, in terms of research. I have seen that online convocation of Amity recently, in some of the campuses. So that's something very, very inspiring. So we all are on the online platform. Now people say that this pandemic is a great leveler. Great leveler in the sense, if you look at the top universities, Oxford, Cambridge, Harvard, and if you look at Amity and even tier 3 institutions, the one level playing field is we all are online. We all are online, so that's the level playing field. So beautiful infrastructure, a lot of investment on classrooms and other areas. I think those are all not in full use. So that's one aspect. The second aspect is being on online, there is a huge opportunities today to connect with the rest of the world. Like today, I'm talking from Bangalore, which otherwise may not be so easily possible for me to come down to Gwalior and give a talk, because there are so many constraints are there. And that's another advantage. Educational institutions are able to connect with the good resource people across India and across the overseas. And many universities, they've adopted the modular approach to connect with the faculty overseas and complete one course, maybe 30 hours, 20 hours continuously and finish it up. And there is a very good value addition because of this modular approach to higher education. That's something, another plus point. We have seen that recent report in Economic Times that placement seasons are again coming back to the normalcy. A lot of placements are happening. Some of the sectors we'll touch upon. What are those sectors? But the topic, let me just touch upon on the topic of Management 3.0 so that we can have the understanding what we are exactly going to talk about today. Now, if you talk about the career 1.0, career 1.0, especially, it relates to our parents, our grandfathers, wherein they have joined one particular company and they worked there for their lifetime and they took retirement. But slowly you have seen that mode of working engagement gone under rapid changes over a period of time because of so many variables in the external environment in terms of opportunity, in terms of skill development, so on and so forth. Career 2.0, it talks about some 5 to 10 years back, we have seen that people are changing one organization to the another organization for better opportunity, better perks, and better environment. So we have seen that one employee works in one company for 5 years, then they change. But today we talk about career 3.0. It doesn't talk that we should change frequently one company to another company. It talks about being in one company, we should have multiple skill sets to perform, cutting across various functional areas. I think that's a big challenge for the management graduates, especially during this pandemic time, where there's a lot of pressure on the productivity. Now we have read in marketing management, there are 4 P's, and along with that in service marketing, 3 more. People process physical evidence, but today people are talking about 8th P. Now, what is this 8th P? It talks about productivity. There is a lot of pressure on the productivity, and you have seen how HR departments are facing the challenges because of a lot of pink slip and the great resignation people talk about. We heard about the Beta.com CEO Bikram Garg. Okay, he has given resignation to more than 3,000 employees on Zoom meeting, and that was a big news. How employees can be laid off over the Zoom meeting. So there are a lot of unprecedented things which we have never thought of. It's happening because on the pressure on productivity and the bottom line, that's the main reason for no sustenance of any organization. So how we can have sustainable development, that's what people are talking about. A lot of philosophies which were taken as universal before the pandemic, now those things have changed during last 2.5 years. We have many organizations have not done much for the employees when everything was goody-goody, but especially during this pandemic, when people are working from home or WFA working from anywhere, people are talking a lot of focus on emotional intelligence, emotional leadership. Even for the students, the emotional quotient have taken the driver's seat than the intelligence quotient, because a lot of pressure being at home and coming back to the campus off late. There is a lot of challenges for the students, for the teachers, even for the employees. So how we can maintain our emotions, I think that's why today people are talking about emotional leadership. I think that's one area we all must be very, very confident to maintain our stress level, okay, to always have the kind of, people call it MSC, mindfulness, social, and compassionate. Okay, we should be very, very happy always have smile on our face. And the social, it talks about, it connects with the emotional intelligence, how we can connect with the peers, with the interpersonal. I think biggest advantage because of this collaboration, because of this pandemic, that people have learned that alone they cannot survive. They have to collaborate, whether it is any educational institution, any organization, an individual. We have seen over the Twitter how many people have come forward during the time when there was this COVID 2.0, when there was acute oxygen shortage in Noida, Delhi, and other areas. People have come out across India and tried to help the people. So that shows that collaboration is the only way forward to live peacefully, not from the individual perspective, even for the excellence in organizational functioning, irrespective of the corporate or the academia. I think collaboration is the new mantra we must look forward. So being social is very, very important, which connects with the interpersonal relations, how we connect with the peers, how we connect with the neighbors and the world by and large. Then compassion, being compassionate. I think another area which is today people are talking about, okay, we need to understand that other people's pain, and we need to support and come out of our comfort zone to give a helping hand. That's very, very important. Now, this Career 3.0, Management Career 3.0, especially, again, if you look back to World Economic Forum, they have come out of some of the skill sets, okay, which management graduate must possess today. Now, number one skill set, you have seen on the onset of the pandemic, all the organizations have come online, right? All the organizations have come online, including the academic world. Now, we students or the teachers, and teachers have adopted very fast online tools and techniques and the LMS, and they are doing their best. This is something very, very amazing things is happening in the academic world. Now, the students, you must be tech savvy, number one. That's very, very important. If you look at the environment, the changes in the technological world, every changes are driven by the technology. Now today people are talking about artificial intelligence, machine learning, blockchain, okay, a lot of technical stuffs. I think as a management students, through some value-added certification courses, students must possess some of the skill sets because these are the need of the hour. People are talking about digital marketing, right? Digital marketing has become part and parcel of any management or any other programs today, whether it is masters of the management program or any other social sciences programs. Everywhere digital marketing playing the major role because of the presence of our digital presence. People are talking about digital assets, digital wealth, online reputation management. I think that's something is very, very promising and have a great prospect. So the students, number one quality in career 3.0, wherein you need to perform in multiple roles at the same time in the same company, you must be tech savvy, you must be able to. So that's the quality which links is the learnability, the ability to learn fast. I think that's the mantra. If you can learn the new tools and techniques fast and put it into action immediately, I think the job is done because the changes in the environment is so fast. Today, we are talking about some industry 4.0, right? Then we'll talk about industry 5.0 because many places we have seen in China and US, they already have started 5G internet connections. And some of the places they are trying for 6G. Now, see if that happens, what will be the change in the corporate sector or in the academic world when the bandwidth is so fast, okay? So that's something we must look up how we can improve ourselves, how we can have the positive attitudes, the mind frame to pick up the new technology and put it into action very, very fast. So number one is the tech savvy, the ability to learn fast, the positive mindset, the attitude. The second area in career 3.0 what people are talking about is complex problem solving skills. The world, today's world, people call it VUCA, right? Volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguity. Lot of uncertainties are there in the world. Now there are a lot of problems, and in management, every time we need to take a decision, even not to decide. Also, you have to take a decision that will not to decide on certain things. So decision making is very, very critical. Not only the normal decision making, there is a complex problem solving decision making because of the changes in the environment. Is a very, very critical juncture the world is passing through, and it has given a lot of challenges. At the same time, we can see a lot of opportunities out there. If you look just last 2.5 years, okay, because tourism sector was a big hit, some of the startups, they have come forward and they have started virtual tourism, okay, online applications, the virtual tourism. Lot of companies entered into the edtech sector especially. We can see that today in India around 850 LMS available, which was not there before this pandemic. So see the amount of startup activities which are happening in this particular sector. So a lot of things are happening, a lot of things are positive. At the same time, there are a lot of challenges are there. So complex problem solving skills is another area we must be able to give our best. The third aspect in career 3.0 is about the creativity and the innovation. Okay, that's very, very essential. Now, I'm sure that all of you must have read the book by the Steve Kera, You Can Win. And on the cover page, it was, the punchline is managers don't do different things, they do things differently. It talks about essentially being creative. Once again, he has given a very standard phrase, a life not by default, a life by designing. I think each one of you can design your life irrespective of your socio-economic, cultural background. I think that's the beauty. And you all are privileged to be part of the Amity family, one of the top-notch universities in the world. I'm sure that in terms of the quality education in terms of extracurricular, co-curricular, beyond the curricular activities. Amity is leading, and it's definitely in the number one phase. We all know about that. There is no doubt. But having said that, I think the learning, it happens to the individual. As a students, you need to take interest. You need to come forward. Whatever facilities are extended to you, you should be able to take the full advantage of that and move forward. So the being creative and the innovation is one area I think you all need to be. Now, if you look at the industry, see, you know that the company Nykaa, okay, Nykaa is a big success today, and the founder is Mrs. Falguni Naik, and she started this company at the age of 50. Okay, at the age of 50, you see the amount of the interest and the dedication, the passion the person has to start a company at the age of 50. At the same time, you will see there are so many companies. Now, one of my good friend from Ludhiana, Namanbir Singh, okay, just he has given ICSE board exam this year, and he started two company, okay, around maybe 14, 15 years of age. And when I was interacting, one company is dedicated to the coding, because we know that NEP 2020 and even from the industry, there's a lot of demand for the coding. And there are so many training companies are there which are charging hefty fees for the coding. Then he thought, why not to start a company wherein charges will be minimal and the quality training can be imparted. So I said, from where you have learned coding? No. And he said that, no, there is YouTube, okay, lot of training modules are there, and I have learned from there. He's very good at coding at the age of 15, 14 plus something. So I think today the beauty is the resources are available with to all of us. To all of us. This talks about equity and the equality being on the digital space, when there is a lot of discussions is happening today that in terms of equality, in terms of equity. I think the person who is interested to learn and has the right kind of dedication, he or she can pick up the tools today being on the internet. I think that's possible. YouTube have millions of very good videos. Any topic you type, you will get to know the details from the YouTube. So creativity and the innovation, I think that's the driving force today to become successful, especially in management career 3.0. Now, some of the other skill sets, what we people generally talk about is, another one is the leadership skills. I think that's one area, and people today are talking about ESL, emotional social learning, ESL, emotional social learning, and emotional leadership. I think that's one area. As a management graduate, we must be the leader. Now, many people have different definitions to the leadership. Leadership is nothing to do with your position. You should be CEO or MD of any company. It has more to do with the result, right? Given a task, how do you perform, and how do you ensure that optimum productivity? I think that is the leadership. And some people say they're leaders, lead from the back, and he ensures that his team members, his or her team members, they get success, and through their success, he succeeds. I think that's the participative leadership, the collaborative leadership, the emotional leadership today we are talking about. I think this is one area management graduate, they need to master. They need to master on the skill sets of being a great emotional. People talk about servant leader. Servant leader who serves others to perform better and get success. And through the success, he succeeds. I think that's another area management graduates, they need to focus today on the leadership area. Now, having said that, if you look at the industry today, just look at the industry today, you see that some of the sectors are doing very, very fantastic. Now, number one is the e-commerce sector, right? E-commerce sector. All the companies, whether it is SME or the big corporations, today we'll find out that all have their online presence. Now, many people, they do make mistakes. They think that being online means we should have our website. It's not like that. Being online means how pleasant the customer's interactions, the customer experience, being on the online, and the follow-up action. I think that makes a lot of difference. So being online, going for digital all out, I think that's one area as a management graduates you must look for. And so some of the skill sets what we have mentioned about, number one is the learnability, ability to learn fast, having positive mindset, and the no positive outlook. Okay, that's one. The second one is the critical problem solving skills, the decision making, the creativity, and the emotion, the emotional quotient, along with the IQ intelligence quotient. I think these are some of the quality the whole world is talking about. And on and above that, I also mentioned about being tech savvy, how tech savvy you all should be, because being on this digital space now today, if you look at the industry, what I was referring to, that some of the sectors are doing extremely well. Now sectors in the sense the e-commerce, now all the cloud kitchens, all the this Swiggy and the Zomato and all other application based aggregators, they're doing fantastic. Last 2.5 years FMCG sectors are doing fantastic, because there's a lot of focus, a lot of emphasis on needs, irrespective of the wants. How we management students we say the difference between need and want. And this pandemic has taught us that to live a successful, healthy, happy life, we don't need a lot of things, but we need the things which are required to lead the life. I think that's another great lessons out of this pandemic. Now the financial sector, the pharmaceutical sectors, the SME sectors linked with the medical, the manufacturing of the medical equipments, those are things are also very doing very well. And I take the online coaching, tuition, and what do you call the micro credential, like an academy, Udemy, and that Baiju, definitely the number one company in the world. And these are the companies that are doing fantastic well. And there is a lot of opportunities for the management graduates to pursue their career. And having said that, there is one sector, I'll be missing if I don't touch upon this sector, is about being your own boss. Definitely this pandemic, as we have seen that during 2009, due to US economic recession, which hit majority of the countries across the world. India also, to some extent, we have seen that a lot of employees were laid off, they lost their job. At the same time, they started their own company. So a lot of startup entrepreneurial activities we have seen during 2009. And post 2009, we have seen that India has become a hotbed of startup activities. I think similar thing is happening for last 2.5 years. A lot of employees were laid off. The job market was not very, very optimistic. So many people, they started their own venture. And I'm sure that with right kind of the privilege or the benefits given out of Atmanirbhar Bharat, I think that's another area wherein India started their own self-defense productions and being able to export those also across the world. I think we all are privileged to be in the perfect time in India when a lot of positive policy decisions are taken by the present government to encourage or energize the startup ecosystem in India. And I'm sure many of you who must be looking forward to be your own boss or start your own companies. And there is a huge opportunities out there today in terms of Startup India. There are a lot of mentoring and a lot of support to access the financial grant. And we have a very robust startup ecosystem. And in terms of funding, we have a lot of venture capitalists to help you out if your idea is good. So I think the environment is in perfect order for all of us. But the only thing what is very important that we should take the right kind of interest. We should have the passion to move forward, and definitely there will be a lot of opportunities for all of us. Now, having said that, especially during this pandemic time, no, I can see that there was a lot of challenges in terms of in terms of teaching learning, because of there was no face to face. But students have taken a lot of interest, no, and they have gone out of their comfort zone. At the same time, all other stakeholders also they have supported, and we all have successfully overcome this pandemic time, and things are getting, coming to normalcy. Okay, this corona, the third outbreak, even the break is initially it was huge, but the amount of impact is not that serious. Okay, it seems that virus is weakened as per the medical experts, and WHO has also said that it will be foolish to shut down the school and colleges and let us resume the school and colleges. Only thing we have to take the precautions, because this virus will go under mutations and new variant will come. But especially medical science sense, when virus goes under no mutations, it gets weakened over a period of time, and in the process we will develop the herd immunity and we will beat it. And definitely we're in the process of winning this battle with the pandemic. And it's so pleasant that this morning to say some of my experiences, especially in the space of management and the career in the industry and the startup ecosystems, what many of you must be interested after you complete your masters from the Amity University. Now, this is very briefly what I wanted to talk about, but I give this space open so that we can take a lot of questions from you. I think that part is very, very important. Instead of I keep on talking, probably I'll miss some of the things, and but once you ask the question, it becomes the two-way communications, and the session becomes more effective. I think that's the beauty of any kind of interaction. So I keep this floor open, and I request the host to take the questions from the students so that we can have some conversations on today's topic. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I'll request the students to kindly ask questions, whatever clarifications and doubts you have. Sir is with us, and it's a great privilege. I will request the students to kindly raise your hands. Students who are interested for the questions, kindly raise your hand so that we can go ahead. Please. Students. I'm once again repeating, students who want to ask questions to sir, for any clarification, doubts, kindly raise up your hands. Or else, the platform is open, you can raise your questions. Anyone, students? Kirti, Shirali, where are the students?
I think, sir, they are not allowed to raise because they are disabled, maybe. Disabled for the reaction.
That could be one. I think I'll just see if we can manage some permission. I'll just check that. So just give a bit more clarification on this ESL, because that seems to be very, very interesting. That emotional, social learning and social leadership.
Okay, emotional, social learning. Yeah. Emotional, social learning that everyone today is talking about, because students are at home for last 2.5 years. Recently, only the institution started working, so there was lot of stress to the students, and for the teachers also. Initially, they were finding difficult, as in the regular mode we have every week some counseling session. Especially most of the places with Saturday is marked as a counseling session or the mentoring session. Okay, but those things are not happening. So actually the students learning, whether really they are learning or their personal problems, as they are not able to meet their peers also being at home. So there is a lot of challenges. So this particular aspect of the emotional aspect of the students, it easy to handle when they come to college, and we teachers can meet them, talk with them, and in case they have any problem, if they express to us, we try to solve and bring them in a comfort zone. So that helps a lot. That helps a lot in their learning, and even to lead the life happily. So that's especially the emotional social learning. I think this emotional leadership today, this is a big challenge today. Emotional leadership, especially for the corporate. Now what is happening, the other day, this there was one flyer in circulation in the social media, wherein no this Amazon India head, he sent one tweet in the Twitter, and he said that after the working hours no employee is supposed to no work or give reply, pick up any phone call from the company or give reply to any of the emails sent from the company, because to ensure that they feel comfortable, because many of the times the management, they feel when the individuals are working from home, they are free, we can call them anytime, we can send mail and expect know their reply anytime. So this is creating another kind of confusion. So being emotional leadership, the leader should understand, being empathetic, that yes, their employees, team members are working from home, there's a lot of stress, because being at workplace they can talk with the peers, with the supervisor, any problem they can address, they can go for a tea break, but though that environment is not there being at home. So the leaders must be empathetic to the employees to understand their problem being at home and emotionally connect with them, encourage them, okay, so that they perform better. And especially you have seen that reports, okay, many reports are there, and wherein it says that working from home is more productive, okay, than working no face to face or coming from the office. But I'll not say for all the things, because teaching has a different challenges there. Students, if they come to the campus, okay, that's better, and blended mode, what people are saying, is the ideal one moving forward. So that's about the emotional social learning, and the emotional leadership is being empathetic, being compassionate to the fellow co-workers.
So thank you very much. I mean, very well explained by you. The forum is open to students. I would request the students to kindly raise, and I've allowed for the mic for them, so they can go ahead, please. Yeah, I can say some hand raises. I'll just go to the student. Parvesh? Parvesh? Can you hear me, Parvesh?
Yes, sir, I can hear you, sir.
Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. My doubt is, what do you think of consultancy as a career to follow? And if you think it's a good career, what field should we follow in consultancy?
Okay, wonderful, Parmesh. I think you have asked a very futuristic question. that's the way the world will move forward coming days. See, who are the consultants? Consultants are the people, okay, leaving aside the humor. Okay, there is a lot of humors also, okay, on consultancy, but this is a very, very serious profession. And those people only can become consultants who are having highly expertise in one or some of the functional areas, so that they can give their expertise. Now, moving forward, if today you have seen that many companies, they work on the project, they don't hire employee on the payroll because the expenses are very high. They take the consulting, okay, or project manager, they take one consultant for a particular project. Once the project is over, consultant takes whatever dues or the agreement is made with the company, and he moves out, go for another project, because it is beneficial for the company also. There is not much accountability or financial burden. At the same time, the consultant is also free to work anywhere, okay, based on his or her expertise. So the question that you need to be very, very good at your area of competency. Who are the consultants? Okay, if you do the SWOT analysis, okay, and you know that core competency, okay, theory of core competency. Now, one person may be good at in multiple areas, but once you do a SWOT analysis, you will find out that certain areas you are really very, very strong. So these are the areas wherein you need to build your career. So can you further develop that area? So you should be number one in that area, or top 10 in that particular area. And then you should be able to showcase yourself. market yourself through some project, through some good paper, through some YouTube channel. You have seen that many YouTuber, okay, silver button, diamond button, and many IIT graduates, they have not taken up job and they have become YouTuber. They are earning millions. They're earning in millions, but it's not so easy. Okay, having said that, it's not so easy. Being a consultant, you can have your own YouTube channel and you can promote your business. You can connect, okay, with the corporate and the organizations. They need that kind of particular service. So, number one, you must be very, very good in your area of competency. You should be able to pick up the latest tools and techniques in your functional area, and you should build your credibility through social media, especially through YouTube, LinkedIn, and other social media, through some white paper, and probably some tough, if I say project management, you should have a certification from PMI. A lot of certifications are available today, even free of cost by Coursera and Udemy. Even LinkedIn provides certification courses. So you must prepare yourself. See, consultancy is not an easy job. That's the toughest. If I say in the real sense, the consultancy is the toughest domain. Okay, if someone wants to become successful in that particular area, he or she must be very, very competent and must be a winner, okay, in that particular domain. And that's the way forward, wherein corporate would definitely like to go for the lean, cutting unnecessary expenses, no overhead, no variable cost. Project comes, execute with the consultants, moves to new project, get new consultant, execute, move on, minimum employees to carry on day-to-day activities. See, we have never thought that companies can work from home. So people are very, very surprised. For last 2.5 years, all the works are happening at home. What was the point of expensive, investing crores of rupees on the building and a lot of clubs, swimming pools, gym, and all those stuffs? Actually, these things are not required. These are not needed, in fact. So, wonderful question, Parmesh. Thank you so much. That's a very right question, sir.
So thank you very much for clarifying the doubt, and I appreciate, Parvez. It was a wonderful question indeed. And we have Kirti with us. Kirti, I would request you to kindly go ahead with your question. Kirti.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
So my question is that, can you explain what do you mean by mindfulness?
Okay, mindfulness. Very good, Kirti. I think Delhi is the first state to start with the happiness curriculum. Okay, so all credit goes to Manish Sisodia and Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. Okay, I'm not giving political statement. Okay, please. Okay, because Delhi is the first states to start with the happiness index, and the happiest country, that's the Bhutan. Okay, very small country, not that many technology or the industry, but they're very, very happy. Now, mindfulness means, okay, being happy. Okay, I think that is the hardest thing, toughest challenge, that even we have lot of wealth and everything, big bungalows and all, end of the day, we are not happy. Okay, so that's the one thing, if you can master, always have smile. And that's what people say, little is more, small is beautiful. Okay, so little is more, small is beautiful. If this philosophy does not mean you will not have ambition. Okay, it's not that. You should not be greedy. Okay, that's what I said, need and wants. And you know the difference between need and wants. This pandemic has taught us very badly what is need and wants. Okay, so the mindfulness means you should be always happy, okay, from your mind, and you should be calm and cool in your head, and you should be able to judge a particular things, what is good and bad, go for the good, okay, driven by the values, have some morals, be honest. You'll find out, see, if you say right things, just for one, if you say right things, there is no explanation. But if you tell one thing's lie, you need 100 explanation to support that lie, that it is true. Okay, see how much unnecessary, stress, okay, unnecessary challenges. Is it required? Not required. Okay, but if you want to do something, you work hard, perform, and show the world, yes, I have done it. Okay, see my performance. You produce the performance in front of the world. I think being mindfulness, being cheerful, having smile, being happy, okay, in your, not only in your appearance, outlook, but within, Okay, I think that is very, very important. I think that will drive you. That's what you have seen, that many people, okay, after very the book The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari by the Robin Sharma, and you will see many successful, okay, businessmen, okay, they have like corporate philanthropy, right? The talk of the town is corporate philanthropy. You see why Tata is so different. Another day there was some video was circulating in the WhatsApp, okay, and it was so nicely explained. Okay, the fast hotels, the fast no top educational institution, the fast airlines. If you look at, okay, how Tata has contributed in the no holistic development of India, everywhere they are the pioneer, and they add values, and they do lot of philanthropical activities. So there is a lot of happiness, no, doing for others, giving others. You give others, you will get more. I think that's the way, that's the approach, and this pandemic has taught us also the collaboration, helping others always makes someone happy. So this mindfulness, being cheerful, no, being happy, help, giving helping hand, helping others, I think these are some of the areas as a management graduate. If you do it, I'm sure that everyone will know, love it. That's why today you will find out, okay, you never heard of happiness officer. Happiness, chief happiness officer, CHO. Oh, this designation was there anywhere in the world? Nowhere in the world. So lot of designation linked with the stress, linked with the happiness, mindfulness, and lot of mindfulness programs also. There are coach for mindfulness. Can anybody coach you to become happy? Okay, you have to introspect, you have to Kirti, you have to introspect, and you need to find out your challenges, and you need to come out of that. And being a PG student, I'm sure that no, you can do that. So that's another area I'm sure that Kirti and all other students know should be able to pick up. Always have smile on your face. Okay, thank you.
Shirali, can you hear me, Shirali?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Please go ahead.
Sir, my question to you is that we all know that the pandemic came and millions of people lost their jobs. But as the wave is disappearing now, so what are looking at the bright side? What are the new jobs that the pandemic has created for us, like the management students?
Okay, Shirali, very good, very relevant question. I think to the point, very focused. Okay, now see, for the management, the whole world, okay, is your area of opportunity. The possibilities, okay, the whole world is your possibilities. You have seen the 3 Idiot movie. There is another movie in YouTube, you search, it's named as One Idiot, around 45 minutes movie. Okay, how a person who does this invest money in the shares and the stocks, people think that person is a fool. No, he roams in a half pant with the chappal. Okay, but that fellow is a millionaire. Okay, see, that's what I said. The management education, if you look at it, ensure 360-degree development, because there is a science, there is management, arts, anthropology, there is a value system. Okay, so many things, communications, personal development, technology. It's the complete gamut. Okay, now you become a complete person once you stay 2 years in the campus and do your study seriously. Okay, then whole world becomes your field. Now if you want to pursue entrepreneurship, if you want to become your own boss, so your learnings in all these areas will definitely help you to become an entrepreneur, number one. If you want to become consultant, if you want to join your family business, okay, if you want to become a trainer, everything is possible. Now to the point, now if you look at the budget this year, you have seen that majority investment in the budget that made in the area of the core infrastructure development, right? So people who are talking about there is not much done for, there is not much done. 1 minute, just I'll take a pause. There is some call is coming. 1 minute.
No issues, and sir,
Yes.
it's time to close the meeting. And on behalf of Amity Business School, Amity University, Madhya Pradesh, I, sir, really thank from the core of my heart. I thank you. I thank Professor Dutta for sparing his valuable time out of his busy schedule. I know that, sir, you're very busy, so it has been a real pleasure that you spared a lot of time out of your busy schedule and accepted our invite. And we are highly privileged to host such a management guru of this cadre. So thank you so much for sharing all that great knowledge which you have. And I'm sure that our students would be immensely benefited, because the words which you have used, like I would say, even it had been a great learning for me that MSc, VUCA, Shiv Kheda, a life not by default, but by design. And ESL, that is emotional social learning. So these are all great learnings. I'm sure our students would carry a long way. So once again, sir, on behalf of Amity Business School, I thank you for your valuable presence, for accepting our invite. Also, I thank Professor Dr. Anil Vashis, Deputy Pro Vice Chancellor, Amity University, Madhya Pradesh, for sparing his valuable time and coming on to this platform. So thank you so much for coming and motivating all of us. I thank Deepali ma'am for the excellent coordination, for organizing the guest lecture. And I thank all the students. Vashis sir is there with us, sir. I would request you to kindly say something.
My thanks to Professor Datta, Dr. Datta. It has been a very enriching and learning session for all of us. I'm sure the students would definitely make use of your thoughts and would put them across in the times to come. Professor Datta would also be in touch with you and probably would engrow you more in our academics and other portfolios. Thank you so very much, sir.
And also, last but not the least, I thank all the students for their patient listening, for coming and joining, and they all have been benefited. And I could see a lot of questions and queries. Possibly, in case we have some time, as Vashisa said, possibly we'll invite you to the campus, and possibly you can have a personal interaction with the students. So once again, sir, thank you.
Rajiv, my thanks also to Dr. Dipali, who has been coordinating with Professor Datta and has actually made this happen. And to Rajiv, you also. So to all the faculty coordinators who have joined us, and also my students who have been very patient listeners and has actually asked very good questions. Thank you so very much. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I'm ending the meeting, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good day to everyone. Good day.